Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Ghost Star back in the house. And in today's podcast with GD and Friends, we are going to be talking to Art of Illery. So stay tuned for that conversation. It should be a good one. All right, guys, we are back. We have Art of Illery. Is that how you say it, right?
Yes, sir. Art of Illery.
Art of Illery here with us today. For those who don't know who he is, he does have a YouTube channel. I found him because I'm actually in a Discord chat with him in another group with Miles J, who we had on a few weeks ago. And so I got him here today because I was like, hey, he told a story on his channel. Or I don't remember if it was on your channel, if it was we were just talking about it in the Discord. But I really wanted to get on with you.
It was on the channel.
It was on the channel. Okay. I couldn't remember if it was on the channel or if it was on the Discord. And I was like, man, that's kind of interesting. And then I also found out you was from Gary. And then
Yes, sir.
So I was like, oh, well, I got to talk to somebody from the home state. So, yeah.
Yes, sir.
So thank you for taking some time out of your day. And we'll get right into it so I don't have to take up too much of your Saturday evening.
For sure, man. It's an honor and a pleasure, bro.
Well, I appreciate you stopping through. I do. Let the people know a little bit more. So I've gave you my introduction of him, so I'm gonna let him tell you a little about himself. So tell the people a little bit more about yourself.
All right, man. Like Ghost Dog said, I'm Art of Illery. Real name Tim. You can call me Himbo. That's what I call myself on the channel.
Okay.
I am from Gary, Indiana. I'm currently living in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm kind of new to firearms, so I would say I'm more like back for the first time. I guess we'll get into that a little later.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So I just, it's just something I have a passion for, something I got into, and I knew I was gonna be moving to a new state here, and I wasn't gonna have very many friends, so I needed to find me something to do, and I found that with putting out content and creating and buying firearms, collecting and buying firearms.
Great. Very much so. Very much so. Well, that's great, man. So what did or when did you get into firearms? Because it sounds like you were into one time before and then came back. But when and why did you get into them?
Okay. Well, I've always been excited about firearms since a little kid. One of my dad's best friends was a police officer. And I ain't going to say his name, but he used to come hang out at the crib on duty. And when I was a little boy, and I just sit there and stare at his gun the whole time, bro. I think the Gary police was carrying Berettas back then.
Okay.
And they would notice me too, like, stop staring at the gun. I just always had an infatuation with them. But I did lose my rights for a little while, got in some trouble back in the day. And I just recently got my rights back last year, May of 25.
Okay.
That's when it was official. So ever since then, man, that's just what I've been doing. That's how I got into it. And I knew I wasn't gonna have very many friends moving to a new place. So like I said, I had to find me a hobby, and I thought guns would be cheaper than going the car route, but I'm quickly finding out
It can get
really
deep real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. Oh man, yeah, I fell for that trick too, right?
Yeah.
I was doing gaming and I was spending a lot of money on games. I was like, maybe I'll find a different hobby. And I'd done golf, and that gets expensive, and bowling gets expensive, and everything gets expensive.
It all
like,
man.
In the end, once you find a hobby that you enjoy, they just start getting it. Can get, you have to really work on controlling yourself, which you gave me an ideal. You gave me and Miles an idea to talk about. So stay tuned for that.
For
Miles,
sure. I can't wait to
Jay, and
that.
I will be teaming back up to have another conversation in the long run. So
shout out to that brother too, man. He got an awesome platform over there,
does.
man. And you part of the Discord with me, and everybody that's over there. That's an awesome community, man. I'd be so much further behind if it wasn't for everybody up in there. So if all of y'all see this, man, shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Shout out to the Miles J Discord community.
Big Boy Tactical TV.
Big Boy Tactical
Big Boy
TV.
Tactical Discord.
Yeah. So I ask everybody this. and
Mhm.
seeing that you just recently got back into it, yours might be easy like mine was. I don't know how many
Mhm.
you've bought recently, but what are your personal collection? What are your
Mhm.
top three favorite firearms?
Well, I got one of them right next to me. I don't
I
know if
see
you can
that.
see it. This is one of them, my Zastava Z-Pap
Okay.
M92 Tactical. This is one of them. It ain't number one, but this is one of them for sure. Uh, Man, this thing is it's a tack driver, and I wasn't even sure uh about AKs before I bought it, but now that I got this, and I probably only got about 500 rounds to it, but it performs like
Mm-hmm.
out of this world. Other one is a recent purchase. I would say this would be. I'm not gonna rank two and three, but this would be it. Um, my Glock 45 just got this recently, Gen 6.
We lost another one,
It's an
fellas.
awesome firearm. I already know what you're about to say. But and I kind of share a little. I'm not a hater of them. I just don't like a bunch of people. I don't see the need to have a dozen Glocks in the safe.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I got one. I'm not saying I won't get two or three more. But so far I'm liking that thing. I'm really finna start getting real familiar with that. Training with it. I'm getting ready to get me a duty belt set up for it, and hopefully at some point get into the GSSF matches, and that's what I'm gonna be running.
Okay,
But
cool.
number one would be my EDC, my SIG P365X macro.
Got you.
I'm just the most familiar with this. This is the first one I got when I got my rights back. I'm pushing 5,000 rounds through it. I shoot very well with it. That's my baby right here, and it's an extension of me. It's on me everywhere I go. That is
Okay.
allowed.
Great. Great.
So that's my three right there,
Three solid selections outside of the Glock.
for sure, for sure.
Outside the Glock.
Hey, I
No,
get it,
I'm
bro. I
kidding.
get it.
I'm kidding.
I get
Actually,
it. I'm not.
I
I'm not
give
gonna
it.
beat you down about it. I'm
I
not
give a
gonna
lot of
beat you down
people.
about it like the fans do.
Hey,
The real
so
fans
the
do. I
real
know they
fans
get
be on it,
on your
boy.
top.
They be okay. So,
I know they
so
get on
kind
your
of
top.
kind of follow up with what you said. You do have the Glock for your Glock competition shooting that you think you about want to get into. I will tell you.
Yeah,
Recently, I had on King Tech Reloads. I don't know if you've ever
that's
chatted
my
with
guy.
him.
I mess with Tech, man.
Yeah, yeah. He actually
Shout out
does
to
the
Tech.
he actually does the Glock competition shooting. So that might be somebody if you don't have
Yeah,
his
I'm gonna
if you
tap in
don't
with him
yeah tap in with him. He can give you a lot of good information about it. So cool. And then the AK. I think you're the
hmm
first person that mentioned the AK
Oh yeah,
out of all the people I've talked to so far. And
yeah.
I don't know if you've ever watched their channel, Gorillas in the Mist.
Oh, for sure. Them
Oh
boys go
yeah,
crazy.
I would love to get one of them,
Them
or
boys
all
go
of, or a few
crazy.
of them on for a chat one day. I probably should hit them up. Uh,
For sure. That'll
them,
be dope.
but them, for me, they be like my kids' age, but they got a
Ah,
lot. They got a lot of AK knowledge. They
yeah.
got a lot of AK
Them young
knowledge.
boys know what they doing with them
Yeah,
AKs, man. For
for
sure. I
sure.
watch them a lot.
Yeah. So we talked about this earlier. You grew up from the same state that I grew up in. You were from Gary, which
hmm
is north of here, for about 2.5 hours. And then you actually moved to India at one point, correct?
Yeah, from '03 to '08, I stayed in Indianapolis. So like let's say 20 to 25 I lived in Indianapolis.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about your growing up in Gary. How that molded you.
hmm
You kind of talked a little bit about like what got your interest, but how that molded you. Your move to Indy and your whole story. We'll just put two questions together and just let you
Okay.
kind of go at it, and then I'll jump in if I have some additional follow ups.
Okay, bet. So yeah, man, I don't know if everybody know about Gary, Indiana. Most famous for that's the birthplace of the Jacksons.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Second, in the '90s, I don't know if it was '93 or '96. Gary, Indiana was the murder capital of America for one of them years, and
Yeah.
it was crazy out there. I was a young boy at the time, but it still was a lot going on, and us being us being ignorant, man, we kind of wore it as a badge of honor, and that's nothing to be proud about, man, because it was a lot of young people losing their life, like just a lot of trauma. Bunch of people I know. One of my homies, man, he just posted like a collage of everybody we lost. Bro, there was 49 pictures on there, and that wasn't even everybody. So,
Hey,
that's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? But growing up in that environment, it's the crib. I love it. I think Gary is back on the up and up. They have an awesome mayor right now, young dude, Eddie Milton. He's
mm-hmm.
making some real positive changes out there. But yeah, that's where I get all my sauce from, man. The crib. If you ask me, that whole region, best food in America. You can go to any little mom and pop restaurant and have the most smackingest plate you ever had in your life. Uh, I met my wife there. She went to a different high school. We've been together since we were teenagers,
There you go.
and that's actually like been my lifeline, man. Because although it took me a little longer to get myself together, she always had a focus on the future. And shout out to her because she never gave up on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because a
But
lot of them, a lot of women would have been like, "Nah, I'm not fooling with some of the foolishness that's
for
going on,"
sure.
and would have dipped
Yeah,
out.
that bad boy stuff wear off real quick. Like, all right, we got stuff to take care of now.
Yeah,
So get your shit together.
yeah.
Excuse me if I
Oh no,
get
no, no, you're
cussed. My
good. You're good. You're good.
all right,
Hey,
bet,
look,
bet.
I ain't that channel.
All right,
If
bet.
you underage and you on here, look, you gonna catch it all. You gonna get the real
For
real.
sure, for sure. What was the second part of the question, though,
So
bro?
let's
I'm
talk
sorry.
about your time in Indy, like Indianapolis, where I'm
Okay.
from. And
Ah,
this
yeah,
this
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
what kind of caught me. He's like, man, that's where I caught all my cases at. So
Buddy. Yeah, buddy. Gary's more laid back. It's a lot happening out there. But Indianapolis, with it being a bigger city, a metropolitan area, it's a lot going on. There's a lot of mischief to get into. When I first got there, man, I'm not even gonna lie. I was working a job. Had decent jobs and stuff like that. I just got caught up in the mix a little bit, started making some easy money, and then that just started spiraling out of control. But much love to Naptown. Outside of the trouble I was getting into out there, man, y'all got an awesome city. Uh, the people out there are fair. Don't
yeah,
start nothing, won't be nothing. Just
nope,
like down there anywhere else.
yep.
Um, everybody friendly. Y'all got y'all own lingo, man. Like Naptown was real
No,
cool.
no, y'all have y'all own lingo. Everybody
We
else
do
is
too.
we got we the same. No, no, I will say this: in Indiana, it's really weird. The further north you
Yeah.
get, further northwest you get, it's more in the Gary, Hammond, all that area.
Uh,
Really leans Chicago heavy.
yeah, yeah, for
Y'all
sure.
almost claim Chicago more than y'all claim Indy
I'm
as
a
a
Bears
city.
fan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm a
I got a
Bears
lot of people
fan
from that area who are Bears fans. I'm like,
for
man, y'all get
sure.
on my nerve. But here's a pro. See, I grew up here.
Gary
I
almost had the Bears too, man.
Yeah, yeah, they did. They did.
Yeah,
That would have
that would
been
have been
wild.
dope.
That'd have been wild. But I remember I've been here. So I'm gonna give away my age. I've been alive long enough to know that the Colts weren't here when I was a kid.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
You look good, bro.
Thanks. Thanks. Yeah. I was still a little kid when they got here, but I was almost double digits. I
For
was
sure.
almost double digits. So
That's what's up.
so I remember them not being here. So we had a lot of split. Like when it came to football, you either were a Bears fan or a Bengals
Uh,
fan, or you were pretty much a fan of anybody you liked. And then
for sure.
over time, the Colts became the hometown team. And then so that's Central Indiana. And then once
Yeah.
you go like past I would say Greenwood area, South Bend, no,
Hmm.
not South Bend, Greenwood, IU, Bloomington. That's
Yeah,
what I was
going
gonna say.
toward
Well, yeah,
Bloomington.
once you
Yeah,
go
yeah.
towards Bloomington and get further south, you get a whole different even lingo
For sure.
at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we it's the crossroads of America is what
Different
they
parts of
call it.
Indiana are like different parts of
Different
different
part,
countries, for
yeah,
sure.
different. The closer you get to another border, because we border so we border Kentucky, Ohio, Michigan, Illinois. I think that's everybody. So we border 4 different states.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so you get a lot of mixture of a lot of different people. So,
No,
but
I
yeah,
got much love for Naptown, man. I still got plenty of family out there. So if I'm ever up that way, man, I'm definitely gonna tap in with you.
yeah,
And
yeah,
probably
tap
text
in.
too, man. Try to get in
Yeah,
with
yeah,
y'all,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
For sure.
As a matter of fact, he just texted me back. That's one of the best. I just kind of when I glance, it's either I'm looking at the question I'm going to ask next, or it's a text message that came across on my phone,
For
and that
sure.
was him that just texted me. Said I was just asking about going to the range on Thursday, so we're going to hit the range up on Thursday, get some more practice in. But so got down to that, ran into a little issue, and then
Yeah.
got hit with a case.
But I was running into several issues that I'm talking about.
I was trying to keep it,
Um,
I was trying to keep it
a
kosher, but
bunch.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
right. There's a few
I
of
was
them.
running. I was running into, man. I was wilding out, man. I was a fresh 21, just starting to get to experience the nightlife.
Mm,
Everything that comes along with that, and then the little making money fast type of situation. Um, I ain't even like I was good in it. I just wasn't living right, but I
yeah.
keep it a buck. I thought I was having a ball at the time.
Hey, at the
You
time,
feel me?
I got a couple
At the
homeboys
time.
who was that way. They was out here having a ball at the time. And, now they've been paying
Yeah,
for it.
yeah.
So
When
it's
you
a little
get
bit.
that, when they get to spanking you, you feel it.
Hey, when they put that bracelet on that you don't want.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
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 yeah. So end up losing your rights. So talk
yeah.
about that a little bit, and then it sounds like not long after that you moved to Nashville. So tell the people a little bit more about that,
Okay.
like losing your rights, and then what you had to do to get that back.
The timeline on it. Here's the timeline on it. So I got in my trouble, and I had got a felony case in Marion County, which is I was in Speedway, but that's pretty much Indianapolis.
All Indianapolis.
Um,
We got
for
three
sure.
cities in a city. We got
Yeah, yeah,
Indianapolis. We got Speedway. They're technically
uh,
still just Indianapolis, but then the real city within the city is Beach Grove. For those who don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. So I caught a case. Little place I was in got raided. Some stuff that wasn't supposed to be there got found. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't really nothing major, but enough for them to take me in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I ended up getting put on probation for that, and I had already was on probation in Boone County.
Oh, okay.
Um, it was just for like driving while suspended. I was on probation for driving while suspended up in
Yeah.
Boone County, and them folks don't play. When they found out that I had caught that felony case
No.
in Marion County, they came to pick me up on a violation of my probation for catching that case. And when they came to pick me up, man, it just so happened I was at my cousin's house, and I stayed the night that night because I drove past his house. He had a box Chevy. His trunk was open. So I called him. It was like 2, 3 in the morning. I called him. I'm like, cuz, he had speakers in there. I'm thinking somebody done robbed his speakers. I called him like, cuz, bro, your trunk open. He's like, yeah, I'm bringing groceries in. I'm like, all right. I'm like, hey, I was about to go get a hotel, but I'm gonna just come. It's cool if I just hit the couch for the night. He was like, yeah, yeah, come through. I go over there, stay the night. He get a knock on the door the next morning. That's the address I had registered to myself because I ain't want them to have my real address.
Oh
And they
man.
come, they knock on the door. I open the door. It's two Boone County sheriffs. They was like, "Yeah, man, you violated your probation. Come with us." So when that happened, it's like, soon as I open the door, I'm cuffed up. I got stuff in my pocket I shouldn't have. So when they get me to the jail and find that, another felony. So yeah, man. And still, lo and behold, they wasn't like go straight to prison after that. I sat in there for a couple months. I don't know, 6 to 9 months. Got let out, put back on probation. Stuff with the wife went south. Well, we weren't married at the time. Stuff with her went south. We split. I went back to Gary, but I stopped reporting to probation in Marion County and Boone County. And
Oh,
I started really. I actually was doing all right, man. I was working a regular job. I had my son with me. I was living with my mom and my brother and my pops. And I was
oh,
trying to kind of getting in the mode of doing right. And then they
uh-huh.
finally caught me on that violation of probation. Me and my brother had got into something. They ran my name, and that's when I went to the joint. I was in Westville for a couple years,
Okay.
and
Okay.
then when I got out, while I was in prison, I realized, like, bro, I took a look around. I was just talking to my son about this yesterday. I would look around every day. I would see those electric fences. I would see those towers with them guards up there with the ARs. And I would really look around like, damn, I'm really up in here. Like, and I reminded myself every day, like, this ain't as bad as it should be the way you living. Like, if you don't get your shit together, bro, this is your life.
Right.
So that was, kind of the turning point for me to just realize, like, I'm straighten up and start doing better for myself.
Okay. I mean, people have different journeys, different ways. You know,
Yeah, for
I had a
sure.
buddy who he used to be a coworker of mine, and then we became real good friends. And, you know, he said, "D," because I don't know if he thought I thought this, but he was like, "Bro, you came from one walk of life, I came from another walk of life, and we both in the same space." So
Facts.
he says, you know, never think you better than another man. I said, I don't hope I would never give anybody that impression, that I would
Yeah,
think that, but you know, I also got what he was saying. Like,
facts.
there's different walks of life. Sometimes some journeys take a little longer than others,
Hmm.
but if you follow, sometimes when if you stray a little bit, you'll end up, if you do the right things, you can end up back on the right
For
path.
sure. And
So
that's low key. That's low key, bro. How I ended up getting my rights back. Um, my neighbor who lived across the street. By this time, I'm fast forwarding a lot because I went
no,
back
good.
after I got out of prison. I went
Mm-hmm.
back to Gary for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff wasn't adding up out there. You know, not a lot of opportunities and things
Yeah,
like that.
Gary went through a
My
little
wife,
rough patch there for a while.
yeah,
Yeah.
my wife had just graduated college, and she had said, you know, she was gonna start filling out applications in different states.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the states. I know Florida was one of them. I think Texas, California, maybe even Ohio, and we ended up in Florida.
Okay.
And I had family there, so that was kind of perfect. She moved first and went and lived with my aunt for just enough time for us to find a place. I was working in Indiana, sending money to her till we found the place. Then me and the kids came probably like 2 3 months later.
Okay.
So we stayed in Florida for. I moved here to Tennessee from Florida. I was in Florida for almost 10 years. But back to what you were saying, like you might be from different walks of life, and you end up in the same place as long as you're doing right. That's how I ended up getting my rights back. My neighbor across the street was a lawyer. He is a lawyer,
Okay.
and we were just outside chatting it up one day, and I mentioned they were it was like election time, and they were talking politics. I don't really get into all of that,
Yeah, it's
and but
tough.
I was like, man, if a politician need me to want me to do this, that, and that, to get on board, I need to hear about reform for people that got a past. And like a lot of people didn't even know I had a criminal record, and that really like sparked his interest. And he said that like damn near verbatim, like, man, that's crazy that we can be from two different walks of life, and look where you at right now. Like we lived in a nice ass neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
so like everybody was some type of professional. Like my direct next door neighbor was minor league baseball coach,
Oh, nice.
law enforcement, all type of all
Mm-hmm.
type of professionals on the block. Um, but yeah, and then he ended up helping me out with that, man. That's how I ended up getting my rights back. For
That's
real,
good, man.
he helped
That's
me
good.
out with that a lot,
So,
pro bono.
what were some of those steps like? Like, what did you, what were some of your trials, tribulations that you had to go through with that lawyer? I mean, obviously he's a lawyer, so he's going to be able to take your hand and walk you through it a little bit better.
Well,
But were there?
actually, okay, I'm sorry. Go
No, no,
ahead.
no. I was going to say, were there any like really tough areas where at some point you were thinking maybe I won't be able to get this back, and how your lawyer
Uh,
kind of helped you through that?
yeah, yeah, somewhat. It took a lot of time, and I really wasn't tripping on the time it was taking because, like I said, he was doing this out of the kindness of his own heart. He
Mm-hmm.
even hired an attorney in Indiana to be able to run back and forth to the courts and all of this stuff on my behalf.
Okay.
And so one of the toughest things was the waiting. And like I said, I wasn't tripping, but once it got closer to the end of everything going through, that's when we moved to Tennessee. And I didn't know if that was going to throw a wrench in the program or anything like that. A couple of them had went by where I think Boone County, no, Boone County had approved me first, and then Marion County approved me second. But the
Marion
thing with
County gonna
Marion
always drag your
County,
feet.
yeah, for sure. The thing with Marion County is I had signed a plea for a B felony, and that's like a higher grade felony.
Ah,
And
okay.
in the paperwork, it kind of say, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't appeal or try to bring it back or anything like that. So it just took a long time. Other
Okay.
than that, I didn't really have any challenges until everything was done, and then I went to go try to attempt to to purchase my first firearm. That's when the real battle kind of started.
Okay, tell us
Just
a little more about
clearing
that then,
everything up.
because yeah, tell us about that. So you finally get through all the court stuff. You think, cool, I'm good to go, and then now you got to go
Yeah.
try to go get your first firearm since the incident, and
hmm
then what was that? What was that like?
Well, I went to I waited. So everything got approved in November of 24.
Okay.
But my neighbor, who happened to be the lawyer and the lawyer in Indiana, they was telling me like, "Yo, you can't go buy a firearm tomorrow. Like, chill out, wait. It take a little while for the ink to dry on these things." So I was
Mm-hmm.
just like, "Cool, man, no problem. I'm good to go." And I was patient. Then my birthday came around. So this happened in November. My birthday is in April. Um, so on my birthday, I went to go attempt to purchase the firearm, and it got denied, which I kind of figured it would. And then they have like an appeal process when you get denied. Here in Tennessee, it's the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations. So they were denying me. They were saying it was denied because of this and that. And when I brung them, like, no, I got paperwork for that. So it can't be that. Oh, I got paperwork for this. It can't be this. But they kept with like, no, like I got a bunch of no's
Yeah.
before, and
Before
they
you.
probably got tired of me because I was stalking them. Like, bro, it's crazy. I tell my homeboy this all the time. Like, man, when I was out living, not living right and doing wrong, it's kind of like the government was stalking me. Now I'm stalking them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trying
Like,
to
look,
get
I done
everything.
done all the right things.
Yeah, I done did
I'm gonna be
everything.
in y'all. I'm gonna be in y'all backyard talking about, hey,
For
what's
sure.
up?
So, long story short, I find like they try to do everything electronically. So
Mm-hmm.
you're not really getting a real person. Once I finally got through to a real person who would actually talk to me, because the agent that was working my case, he was kind of brushing me off every time I talked to him, real short answers. Somebody else answered the phone another time. I was like, look, bro, can you please help me out? I'm trying to do things the right way. I'm trying to live right. I know I got to pass. When you go attempt to purchase the firearm and
Mm-hmm.
you get denied, like you had to pay for that firearm first.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the money's just sitting there in limbo.
Just hanging
Um,
out.
yeah. So I'm telling the dude like, man, I'm trying to do everything right. I done went through all this. It's been almost 20 years. I done fought tooth and nail, man. I'm just trying to do everything right. And he was like, man, what you really need is to get a stamped and sealed copy of your expungement paper from that county. It was Boone County.
Ah, okay.
Um, and I petitioned the judge and asked for one. I actually asked for two, one for them, one for me, just so in case this ever
Just in
pop up
case.
again, I'm gonna
Yeah.
be all right.
Yeah.
And they sent it. I sent it. I first class mailed it to that courthouse. And as soon as like I seen that they had received it, because I could track it from UPS. It was on a Friday. The judge must have called, or the court clerk, or somebody must have called them and said, "Yeah, he good, but we're gonna send the copies." And by that Sunday night, I was checking the little appeal process phrase, because it keeps saying denied, 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 and then it said overturned. It said something weird. Like I was like, what the hell does overturn
That's what
mean?
return means,
And
right?
then yeah, yeah. I Googled it. I'm like, I was like, oh, I think I'm good to go. So that Monday after that, I called the FFL as soon as they opened up. They was like, yeah, man, somebody was supposed to call you Friday, but yeah, you're good to go.
Like,
I'm like, all
sweet.
right. I left work. I left work early, man. If you look at my first ever YouTube post, man, it's me. I got the news. The FFL said it was good to go. I had some little PTO I could take. Hey, I'm out of here, man. I'm going to get that.
I'm out of here. I gotta go pick up something real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah. See y'all tomorrow. See
Hey man,
y'all
that
tomorrow.
honestly that's great. I mean, it's a great story. Obviously, we're here today, about a little over a year later, right? So
Yeah,
yeah,
almost a year.
yeah,
Almost. It's not even a year
not even a
yet, bro.
year yet.
It's 10
Okay,
months. Cause
okay.
I went to go buy the firearm on April 15th, which is my birthday. I didn't let y'all know my birthday, but
Hey,
and
which
I
is
wasn't
a
able.
day before our me and my wife's anniversary. So there you go.
Oh yeah, man! Happy early
Yeah,
anniversary if I
yeah,
don't talk
yeah.
to you, which I'm sure I
Oh,
will.
we gonna
Uh,
be chatting. Yeah.
so Yeah, but I wasn't actually able to go get it until May 19th. So May 19th is the day my journey started for the second time. Beforehand,
Nice.
I had a couple firearms before everything went south, but I wasn't really serious about it or nothing like that. But now I'm serious about it. I'm really cognizant of what I try to be cognizant of what I purchase and how I train and staying up to date with the laws and everything like that. So May 19th is I'm about almost 10 months in, man.
Nice. Nice. That is great. So along that journey, what would you say would be the most important thing that you learned overall?
Um, Along this journey, the firearm journey or in general?
Let's go both. Let's go
Okay.
firearm and then in general.
Okay. With the firearm journey, man, I would say if you really if you're new and you're passionate about it and it's find you some people, find you a tribe, find you some people that you can bounce ideas off of, get advice from, learn from. Um, when I first started watching firearm content on YouTube, everybody kind of starts off with like the big name people, the people with a bunch of followers and things like that. But
Mm-hmm.
I quickly realized I gravitated towards somebody that could teach me something
Mm-hmm.
because I realized there wasn't a lot that I knew and there's a lot that I needed to learn. So I would gravitate towards channels that have like a message, some type of teaching, uh, what type of necessities you need, a lot of before you buy your first firearm, get this, them type of videos, and that just kind of progress. So find you like if you're really serious about it, take your training serious and make sure you get the information. And if you can link up with people that know what they're talking about, whether personally or in on the online space, then I would say do that because the information that I get from the people that I chit chat with online and things like that, even the people that have reached out to me personally or reach out to me personally, is like just a wealth of information that
Yeah, for sure.
I'll be far behind without.
Yeah.
But what I've learned as far as my overall journey with everything I've been through is to take it seriously, take everything seriously. I'll never. I always say I gave my rights away the first time, but I'll never give them away again.
Yeah.
It's not I lost my rights. I gave them away. I wasn't living right. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. I wasn't a law-abiding citizen. But now that I am, and I got the nicer and nicer of things that I've been able to acquire and I want to protect, I'm not going to lose that on a crash out mission.
Right.
So, keep your wits about you. Just because you got it don't mean you got to show it. These weapons aren't meant to win an argument or anything like that. They're meant to defend your life if it's in danger. So that's the most important thing I took from that.
Got you. So I didn't have this one written down, but I just thought about this as I was talking to you, listening to you talk about your journey. I did, for those who follow the channel, know I did a fairly long video on self defense coverage,
Hmm. Hmm.
talking about USCCA and second
Hmm.
line, second call defense, and all those different attorneys on retainer. Do you yourself
Hmm.
have some kind of insurance or
Yeah,
self
I
defense
got
coverage?
USCCA. I got USCCA. I started paying for USCCA before I even went to go buy a firearm.
Yeah,
Probably I probably signed up for USCCA probably in like February, the February before I got my firearm, so a couple months in advance.
got you. So what
And
what drew you to them, or did you just? Because a lot of people I heard that to go to UCCA is like, oh, I took a class and they were in the class selling the
yeah,
insurance there.
they were in my class when I went to go get my CCW, but like I said, I did all this beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Just watching content and things like that. I don't remember. I remember somebody saying that it's important to have this, and I didn't even know it was a thing. And I was like, oh yeah, that makes a bunch of sense.
Yeah.
Now I have heard this and that about these concealed firearms, these concealed weapons insurance companies,
Mm-hmm.
or what have you. You would hope that if you ever needed them, they'll be there. Like I always say, like insurance is one of them bills. Like It's like these. Like you rather have it and
Have it
not
and not
need
you
it.
need it than need it and not
Yeah,
have it.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same deal. Same deal. So
Yeah.
so I made sure I had that. I got my wife signed up too, cause she went to start purchasing her some stuff
Okay.
right after I did. So
Good
we
deal.
covered.
And then
Hopefully.
is it just the one kid you have?
I have three. I have two. All my kids adults. I have two adult daughters, and my youngest is a boy. He's 19.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get him to get his CCW because here in Tennessee he can't buy a pistol, but it could be gifted to him if he has that CCW.
Got you. Got you.
But he works nights, I work days, so our schedule's a little
Schedule's
conflicting. But
conflicting at the moment. Yeah.
me and him were just talking about it last night. Like, man, we gotta hurry up and go get that done.
Yeah. I just recently, not that long ago, my son and I finally went out for the first time together to the range,
Hmm.
and I let him shoot my couple of mechanic pistols and my AR that I have.
Okay.
So him and I showed him a couple of, I took him to the shop afterwards and we walked around for a little bit, and he held a few. He's like, there's a few that he likes, like I said, well, we got to get you to shoot them because
Hmm.
you like him in your hand, but you like him when you shoot him. That's two different things,
Sure.
two different feels.
Sure.
So I always wonder when people have kids, like what age do you feel like it's the right age? Because, and I will always say this, for whatever right age you think it is for you to have that conversation with your child is the right age. So I have a homeboy who's got a younger daughter or younger kids, and he's been having them exposed to firearms for a long time. Whereas in our household, we have 6 grandkids, and one of my granddaughters knows I has a gun, but none of them are for sure like really what they look like. Like she knows I have one because I do this, and she used to live with me, so I would have reviews and stuff, and I'd be doing my editing. She wouldn't be here while I'm recording, but while I'm doing my editing, she'd be like, "Opa, what are you doing with that gun in your hand?" And I'd have to kind of explain to her, like, this is what Opa does when he's, when you're not here to kind of produce video content. And she's like, "Oh, okay," and she just kind of wanders off. So I always
in my case it's a little different because, like I said, everything just got back rolling last year. So the kids is grown, and now that my son sees that I'm serious about it, and I've taken him shooting a few times, and he sees I'm serious about it, and he's ready to protect himself too. And we have long, deep conversations about firearms and what you can and can't do with them. And I was
right,
telling him, like, when he go take that CCW class, like, they really go over the laws of what you can and can't do, and you need to pay attention. It ain't like, let me just sit here and not pay attention and pass this test real quick so I can go get me a gun. Like, no, you
right.
need to know,
Understand what's going
you
on.
know,
So let me ask you this,
it can go south quick.
because in Tennessee, it sounds like you have to get a CCW license.
No, it's a what's it called? Constitutional carry state. But I went and got it for one because the reciprocity, being able to travel with it. I'll be all up and down 65 and 75, and all of those states. You got Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, and Alabama. Those are the states I frequent a lot outside of Kentucky. But you got to go through Kentucky to get to
Yeah,
Indiana.
you gotta
So
go through Kentucky.
all
Yeah,
7 of those states, they honor Tennessee's CCW. So if I hit that highway going back to Florida or going up to the crib, I'm good to go.
right.
You know what I mean?
All right. Cool. Speaking of Nashville, I'll be on the way back from the regular Gun Guys meetup that is happening in June. I'll be swinging through Nashville for the night, so maybe we'll
In June?
June.
Yeah, bro. Let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know.
It'll be a Sunday night, so we'll be staying the night Sunday night and heading out that Monday. But because my wife says I can't keep her in the car longer than 8 hours.
For sure, I get that.
Hey,
I
look,
get that. My wife, passenger princess, she'll fall asleep on my ass. She don't help.
She'll go sleep for a little bit, but then she's like, I gotta see my wife's words are, I have to be able to see my death coming.
Oh yeah. Damn.
I'm like, babe, you've been riding with me now for how long, and you worried about dying? I'm like, okay.
Nah, bro. Like, yeah, definitely know. Let me know the date, and I try to free up some time, man. We get
Yeah,
to meet in person, bro. That'll be
yeah,
dope.
yeah. I got a cousin who also lives down in Nashville. Him and his wife and daughter live down there. And
It's,
one of my
it's
really good friends. Matter of fact, the friend I was just telling you about that said that no matter, I took this path, you took this path, but we here together
for
on the
sure.
same path now. That guy actually lives in Nashville now too. So I'm only gonna
It's a
be there
nice
one.
area, man.
Yeah, I'm only gonna
It's
be there
different.
one
It's a
night.
nice
I'm gonna
area
have to
though.
hit everybody up, and we're gonna have to all meet up at once or something.
Yeah. Let's go to the gun range.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think my cousin nor my homeboy is real big into
Oh,
firearms.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so and depending on what
It's tough
time I
to
get
do.
there, yeah, depending on what time I get
Yeah.
there, we'd be even be able to hit the range. But yeah, now I'll definitely hit you up, let you know when we're gonna get there. I think it's June 15th.
Okay.
I think this is when we swing through Nashville. Obviously, we'll swing through Nashville on the way down, but we're not. We're actually going to be
Yeah.
stopping in Nashville on the way back.
Yeah. So you driving? You
Yeah,
ever
yeah,
drove down through here before?
all the time,
Going south? Okay,
all
I
the
was gonna
time.
say them mountains. Once you get down past Chattanooga and them mountains, like
Mhm.
going south is crazier than
Yeah,
coming back.
yeah. We've
Them steep, boy.
so I've been to Orlando a few times.
Okay.
The way we used to go to Memphis, my mom's is from Memphis, so a lot of her family's still in Memphis. A lot of our family's still in Memphis. So we used to go through down from Indianapolis through Nashville, then
Yeah,
40.
shot over. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, now we don't necessarily take that route. That's not necessarily the quickest route anymore.
Nah, I don't
But I
think it will
have
be.
I have done that route a couple times. I got, like I said, the bank I used to work for, I had a training down in Nashville, so I had to go to Nashville for that.
Mhm.
Um, we've been to Georgia. When one of the trips that my wife and I took to Orlando, we had to come through Nashville. So we're kind of through the Nashville area.
Yeah.
We've been to Gatlinburg a few times. So
I need to get over there, man. I ain't been yet.
you ain't
I
been
told
yet?
my wife. That's what I told my wife. She was like, "We need to go to Gatlinburg," and this is before I was able to buy the firearms. I said, "You ain't finna catch me out there with them bears without something
Hey,
handy, so we're
hey,
gonna have to wait a while."
I'll tell you, we did a family trip.
I'm
So
gonna go up there though.
it was me, my wife, is before we were married, and then her sister and her husband before they were married, and
Hmm.
and then as many of our kids that we could get together. Because by that time, I think all the kids were grown. They were all out of high school. Yeah, they were all out of high school, and then
Hmm.
our daughter had had a kid at the time. So we had one daughter with one kid, and then my sister-in-law, all her kids were two. Her girls were out of high school. The other two weren't yet, and but we all went down and we hung out at the cabin, and we were we were getting ready to throw some food on the grill. No. I was getting ready to cook breakfast, and we looked out the window, and there was a bear coming down the mountain
Right.
right outside of
Let
our
me get a
cabin.
few of them picnic baskets.
So yeah, that was a for sure thing. That was a great weekend though, because that was the weekend that my brother-in-law proposed to my sister-in-law. So
Oh, that's fire,
yeah,
man.
it was a good weekend overall. So there's that. So I can't let you go without asking this question. It's the same question I asked to everybody before they leave.
Hmm.
Money, no object. Keep that in mind. What's the firearm that
Okay.
you most want? Money, no
I thought
object.
about this because I've been tapped in with these chats, and I feel like people don't be ready for it.
They don't. They don't.
You
But
sent me
hopefully
the
by
question
now,
beforehand.
yeah.
I thought,
I
yeah.
try. I try to
I
send
thought
these
about
questions
it.
out beforehand when I can. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought about it, man. And if we strictly going money no object, blank check, I can go get whatever I want.
Yep.
I go get some old school from the 80s, 90s, fully auto, transferable. So probably like a old school full auto MP5.
Okay.
Now I don't know if you've seen the prices on them
Them
things.
things is expensive.
They they
If
five
I'm
six
not
figures.
mistaken, I think I was just talking to White Rambo, aka
Mhm.
Jason Ewing. The episode before this one.
Yeah,
And
I'm familiar with him.
Yeah, I think that's what he said as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I see. Look, hey, White Rambo, I didn't see your answer to that
I can't.
episode that came out.
It was either him that said it or somebody else that said something about that, and I was thinking,
Yeah, I would go that route.
Or it might have been a 50 cal he was talking about. I can't even remember. I just had the conversation with him. I can't even remember what we talked about.
Bro, the prices on them things are crazy.
Yeah,
Look them up. You can find them. You might 50, 60.
Yeah.
1,000.
Yeah.
Then some of them are 6 figures. So I would go that. But if I'm being more practical.
No.
You know what I mean?
No. This was a blank check, credit card.
Yeah, let me
unlimited limit.
Give me that, because I don't think I'll ever get that, even if I had it. Straight up.
You say that, and then when you try to figure, you're like, it's like,
I might.
I just want $1 billion. What am I gonna spend my money on?
For sure, yeah, that type of that monopoly money, yeah, for sure. But that hard earned, I don't.
Yeah, it's a little different. That's a little different. Yeah, a little different. All right. So what else would you like to let the people know about? Let them know a little more about you, your channel. I will be linking his channel below. We'll also be having him as an invited collaborator on this. But tell people more about what you want them to know, or anything else you want to let us know about, and a little bit more about your channel.
Okay, yeah, man. Like I said, so far, man, it's just me finding my way. Me excited to be back in the community. Excited to show the things that I picked up along the way. I do want to start moving towards where I get to get in the putting the work in type of footage. I do film myself at the range. I have put out a few little clips of me at the range, but I do film myself at the range every time I go. But I don't necessarily put it out now because I'm really just filming it, not talking it, so I can look at my grip and how I'm shooting and things like that. Just critiquing myself.
Yeah.
I am going to. I'm always double back on getting your rights back type thing, because to date that video is the one that I have with the most views. I think it's like 2,900 or something like that.
Nice.
And a lot of people engaged on it. I am gonna drop a part 2. I don't want to say a part 2. I am gonna drop another version of that video. That first video was just pretty much me giving my testimony of what I went through. But the next one will be sort of like giving helpful tips on steps that people can take to start getting the ball rolling on getting their rights back.
Okay.
And then moving further down the line, I've already talked to a bunch of the homies that have a prior conviction and got their rights back. And,
nice.
Do something like this where we have a little conversation about it, because a lot of people don't know, man, that, just because people have a checkered past, a lot of the people that I was in prison with, or people that I know that went to prison, and it's down the line now, a lot of these folks are a success story, and they're doing good, and they're good, honest folks, and it ain't, a scarlet letter to be put on us, you know. So I want to keep spreading the awareness on that, and keep growing the audience. I feel like I haven't been as consistent as I should be, but you got to think, I moved here. I started my channel day one with one gun. I was in the process of closing on the house at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And I just started school as well. So I had a lot going on, but I'm going to find my rhythm, and we're going to get it together, man.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Himbo, thanks very much for taking some time out of your Saturday, late afternoon, early evening.
Dog.
And
spending some time with us,
man. For those who have more questions, leave it in the comment section below. If you haven't yet, make sure that you are subscribed not only to my channel, but to Himbo's channel. Art of Illery will be in the link to the channel below. And
so go subscribe to Ghost Dog.
Man, look, subscribe to those in the 2A community. The 2A community is most discriminated against community probably on YouTube.
And it's popping over here, man. It's so fire. It's one of the best genres of YouTube content, man.
But
it's one of the best genres.
It's so scrutinized by YouTube in general. I even took. I don't want to take too much more time of anybody's time on the video, but I just spent 2 hours recording a conversation that YouTube had with a bunch of other creators that I was a part. I got invited to somehow. Like my channel is this big compared to some of the channels that were on there, but I just recorded the conversation. Like I didn't have a whole lot to talk about, but I just wanted to listen and see what. And it's so scrutinized. It's crazy. Like some people are talking about how they lost their channel because of too many strikes.
It's a lot of that going on right now too.
Yeah. So you gotta be careful. But
for sure.
Anything else you want to leave us with?
Bro, I just want to say thank you for inviting me on your platform, man. And like I told you, I don't know if we were on camera or before we started recording. You keep doing what you're doing, brother. They're going to be knocking your door down trying to get a conversation with Ghost Dog. I appreciate you, big homie.
Yeah, thank you very much. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for this episode. I mean, him and I are going to hang out and talk a little longer, but that's going to we done here. So as I always say, stay safe, stay ready, stay prepared, and we'll catch up with you next time. Until then, peace.